Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Mike Dub 27 Day Trader. And today we're going to look at some stocks for the week. So first, let's go ahead and take a look at Lucid Gravity, the Lucid stock itself, and see what's going on with that for this week. See if we can still get some of that volatility that's been going on. So let's go ahead down to Lucid Group. And that's amazing right there at 213. So right there, we know that we're going to be working with at least 7 cents of volatility, potential volatility, to go from 213, 212, 211, all the way up to 221. So that's pretty good. But at first, we want to come down here real quick, make sure there's nothing's changed, make sure it's not about to crash on us because of something happening behind the scenes. And as far as the news goes, doesn't seem like anything news going on. Matter of fact, I don't see any news. Am I right? Yeah, this is Lucid Group. Usually with Lucid there'd be some news down here, but no, there's no news at all. So that's just where it is. Getting ready for anybody who wants to do some day trading with that coming up this weekend. As far as the hedge funds, anything new there? No, it's the same old stuff that we've seen before. A couple of open positions, that's nice to see. Insiders says right here is June 2025. 11 insiders bought a total of 2.74 million shares of Lucid in the last 3 months. So that's pretty good right there. You can see a nice big jump. That's not bad at all. Matter of fact, we actually got buys in a row. Remember, at first it was like buy, sell, buy, sell. Now we got buy, buy, buy. And then after that, the sells down there. And if I'm looking at this right, the sales are from the same people that was earlier. Eric Bach and Gagan Denegra. You're talking about back in June 9th. So as of June the 20th, they have been buying 600,000 shares, 533,333 shares, 666,666 shares. From Mark Winteroff right there. So, yeah, that looks good. And that's from the 20th. So we can see right there that, we got some money moving around. Of course, we love to see this type of volatility, ups and downs and things like that. That's a pretty good look. And once again, you're talking about that 213 to 221. So that's 7 to 8 cent change. So when you pull up the calculator right here, just to explain how that works, you can take 1,000 divided by 2.13. That's 469 shares. And you multiply that by, let's just say, 0.07. So that's a little $32 right there. And of course, the more thousands you put in on them, the more risk you put in, the more reward you get from that. Especially seeing how that it's kind of staying its testing at that 210. Really, it barely goes down to 210. I've seen it really just hang around that 213 area, 213 to 215 area. It's not going up. Every now and then you get a spike to 222, but it really isn't clearing 222 anytime soon. It hasn't cleared 222 since what? May the 30th. So, we got a ways to go for that. But so far, so good as far as Lucid is concerned. Now we got some other stocks that we can keep an eye on as well. Let's go ahead and go to investing and see what they look like. So let's go down here to the 50K challenge stocks. And of course, we got Alphabet right there. It's at 179. Now, the reason why that's important is that the fair price for this is $237. So we can see some potential right there when it comes to Alphabet only being at 179. Of course, that dropped probably back when the tariffs and everything were going crazy. But even when you look at the analysts, talking about 83% buy, so that's not bad at all. Of course, market cap 2.17 trillion. And then when you sit back and you just look at how it's been doing this month, it's been working. Now, I would like to get it when it gets back down into maybe the 160s. I think I'm gonna wait for that. So let's go ahead and set us an alert to get below. Let's just say 165. We're gonna let that rest right there. So that's not bad at all. And then of course you got Taiwan Semiconductors. That one's a little expensive. That's one of those where it looks good and everything, but I don't know how much money you make off of that. ARM Holdings, here's one. Ooh, poster. We'll come back to that. But ARM Holdings, this is another one that's been going in the right direction all month. It's at 166, 60% sell rating, buy rating, fair value at 80. It's at 166, but like I said, for the last month, it's been going in the correct direction. For the last 3 months, it's been going in the correct direction. So this is one of those. It wouldn't be too bad to maybe go long in. Now, of course, this isn't any type of financial advice. We're just looking at the patterns. All right, so ARM Holdings is another one. Poster Automotive. I've been watching this. I didn't want to get in yet because I just wanted to see what it was going to do. Was it going to drop under that $1, or was it going to continue to hold steady? And so far, it's been holding steady for the last 3 months. It hit 104 right there, tested a couple of times, and went right back up. So it's kind of been holding over that $1 mark. Posters, kind of like a smaller vehicle company. Poster Automotive Holding UK PLC, Swedish electric performance car. So this is an EV. Only 2.41 billion in market cap. Not really competing with anybody. They're just happy to be here. But the fact of the matter is, it's going in the correct direction too. But this is one of those I would wait for it to drop. Like it's at 114. The highest has been 118. If you look at the highest has been over the last 3 months, 119. So I definitely would not get into it right now. This is one of those I'll wait until there's a zero on the opposite side of that one. And then after that, I'm going crazy with it. This is one of those that would have been nice to get back in when it was at $1 and hold it. But like I said, wasn't sure about it, didn't know what it was going to do. Yeah. Let me see, is there any recent news with Poster Automotive? Let's go down here. Nope, it's just doing its thing. So that's not bad at all. And of course, we got AMD. Now I'm XRP's doing this thing too, but going back up to AMD, I'm dollar cost averaging AMD just because they're talking about this thing may hit 200, but it's going slow. So right now I'm just dollar cost averaging it. Fair value 120. It's well over that, with no plans in stopping. All you got to do is look at it. But of course, if you really want to go back, at one point in time, this thing was at 170, 181 a year ago. And I feel like it's doing better now as far as like having that AI chip finally and just having some real momentum than it was doing back here around this time, last year. So AMD is definitely something to watch out for. And I'm definitely dollar cost averaging it. But the last one that I wanted to look at was Robinhood, just because Robinhood has this crypto thing going on tomorrow around 11 a.m. It's supposed to be really big. So far, it's been going in the right direction with no plans in stopping. It's literally at the highest that it's ever been right now, and they're still trying to get into the S&P 500. I don't think that's happened yet, but people are saying smartest growth stock to buy with $500 right now. Robinhood launches micro Bitcoin Solana and XRP futures contract. And if you wanted to trade those futures, you can basically just go up here and let's say you wanted to do an XRP future. XRP, active futures right there. Go down. That one's, yeah, here we go. XRP futures, $2.22. So it just went up some more. What you can see is as we get closer and closer to tomorrow, that thing's just jumping. It literally just went from 212 to 222, 223, and back down to 222. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm not going to be doing too much trading with XRP or any crypto in general right now, just because it's not my cup of tea. But I am interested in Robinhood. This is one of those. I don't really see it going backwards. I mean, right now, Robinhood is basically running the market. Now, what would be interesting is if Webull followed suit. Because if Webull followed suit and it's at 1095 right now, this may be one of those where you could maybe have an opportunity to get it while it's cheap. It started off at $62.90. I think they overshot that and it dropped all the way down. But when you actually look at it, market cap 5 billion. Um, it's a new stock, so of course the 52-week high is going to be way different than the 52-week low. But we don't really even have like the price to earnings ratio is 70.01. So they're not losing money at all. I think right now they're just a victim of their newness. Come August the 23rd, in that pre-market, we're going to see what they're made of. That's really what it's going to come down to. But like I said, if they can follow in the footsteps of Robinhood, that may be an opportunity. But otherwise, everything looks good. So let's get us a good night's sleep so we can be ready to trade tomorrow morning. Don't forget to like, don't forget to follow. This is Mike Dub, 27 Day Trader, and I'm out. Deuces.